Hey folks, and welcome to yet another episode of Comm-Link. I am 208, and thank you so much for being here. Boy, we had some great comeback for Amazing Spider-Man 700 reviews, so if you need a chance to watch that, go ahead and check it out. Anyway, this week we will be talking about Talon #1. Quite the understated comic in my opinion, and man, as you can see, it's from the pages of Batman. So without further ado, this is Comm-Link. Alright, so before we dive in, I would just like to say a little couple of stuff about me, so that you're not just getting a review from someone you don't know on YouTube. I mean, not a lot of people know me yet, but for the watcher, I want you to know who I am from this video. Anyway, my name is 208. I got my name from Xbox Live. I thought, like, the name looked cool, so I was like, 208, why don't we spell it out? Cool. 208 is the name of one of my bus routes in my town, and that's where I got the name. I started liking comics when my parents were out of town one day, and I was watching this TV show called Comic Book Men, and which is a not too recent but pretty recent show, and I was like, man, comics are so cool. I've always loved superheroes. Superheroes are just awesome, and I went to my local comic book store and I started asking around. What's a good beginner comic? I like a gateway comic, a new gateway comic, and that person said, well, who do you like? And I was like, I really like superheroes, and he's like, wow. But anyway, I digress. The first comic book I ever read, which was the one that he gave me, was the Marvel Civil War, which is a great beginner comic to just dive into comics. It is so awesome. There's action, there's conflict, holy moly, just blows my mind. I'm a senior in high school, and I go to an art school, which is the reason why my videos don't come out on a very schedulistic basis. Is that a word? I get cast in shows at my school, and we have to learn lines and music, and that takes longer because it's a normal high school with arts put in one. So and I'm a musical theater major, so we have to learn lines, dances, and songs. Currently we're doing a Shakespeare production, and it's A Winter's Tale at college auditions, and which is the reason why my videos aren't as frequent. After the second week in February, things will start, hammering down every Saturday. That's what I'm hoping for, every Saturday. Enough about me. Let's get down to some comics, shall we? So here we got Talon #1, a spin-off from the Batman series, from the story arc Night of the Owls. Now, for those of you who don't know, a story arc is the current situation that the character is in that is just so invested in it that it, has its own mini-series within the series. And from that mini-series, Night of the Owls, came Talon. Quick backstory, Night of the Owls is where Batman faces the criminal organization, Court of Owls. And Court of Owls is just a group of these rich Gothamites who basically run and control the city. These powerful people in Gotham have a group of assassins called the Talons. And what the Talons are these, literally, they are undead, zombie, bulky, genetically enhanced assassins. If you've played Assassin's Creed, they're like Connor, who's undead, and instead of eagles, it's owls. And times 10 muscle. And times 10 agile. Wow. If you're anything like me, I like, that stealthy assassin thing. That's like so cool. Like, yeah, someone can run in guns a-blazing to get, to get the secret artifact, but I'd rather take the artifact without anyone knowing I was there and anyone knowing it was gone until like 2 hours later. So that's why I've got like a fondness for, you know, assassins and, you know, those sly superheroes like Batman and Spider-Man. Talon is one of those assassins. But he was the only Talon in the Court of Owls that was able to escape. So the Court of Owls doesn't like that and is hunting him down. And he escaped Gotham, but the thing is, the first panel is him skydiving into Gotham. So you're thinking, wow, he must got something big planned. But you later find out that he's just investigating this Night of the Owl stuff that he read in the paper. All this, like, Batman is putting away some Talons, and he's like, whoa, if the Talons are in jail, maybe this time I can breathe easy. So he goes into one of the Talon's lairs, and he sees like it might have been abandoned all these years, but then he gets caught, and there's an epic battle, and then an old dude finds him and is like, dude, let's work something out. This guy proposes that he knows all the secrets from this book that his uncle read. I forgot. I'm already in Talon number 3, and I just want to do this review so that I can get Talon out there. So this guy says he knows all there is about the Talons and the Court of Owls, and he wants to work with this Talon, his name is Calvin, to destroy the Court of Owls and their Talons for good. Oh, they talk about planning and what they're gonna do next, and like he gives him his suit, and there you go. Birth of a new hero. The writer's name is Scott Snyder. Now, we might all know Scott Snyder. I mean, he's working on the new Batman series, he did his work on American Vampire. Dude's just great. The speech bubbles contain some words that, you know, you could just visualize in your head great. The conversations are real, and you could just really see them talking, you know, like that in real life. Now, to get the story in, you can't really rate the story of Talon without first reading Night of Owls. Now, there could be some debate over that, but that's how I see it. If you're a comic guy like me, you're gonna know that it's just annoying to start in the middle of something. It's so scary if you collect comics because you're gonna be like, oh, I gotta like read number 1. I want to know the beginning of this hero. I know that Daredevil's blind and he's agile, can like see with sound in his ears, and like he's got his stick that's nunchucks, but I want to know how it started. The movie, yeah, the movie, but I want to read it. I want to know the beginning. So, in order to do that with Talon, you gotta read Night of the Owls. Now, don't get me wrong here. There is nothing wrong with starting in the middle of the series. I started in the middle of Amazing Spider-Man. And like, come on. There is no way I could possibly get my hands on an Amazing Spider-Man number 1 unless I was some millionaire. So yeah, you could totally pick up Talon number 1 and know exactly what's going on. But I just like backstory, and I like seeing how he begins rather than just where he begins. Because yeah, he begins Talon number 1. But how he began is with the Court of Owls. And how do you know about the Court of Owls? You read the Night of Owls. So, I like reading the beginning first, but there is absolutely nothing wrong with starting in the middle of something. So, if you pick up Talon number 1, cool. Go for it. I mean, that's what I'm telling you to do. Check out this comic. But if you want to know more backstory, totally pick up the Batman series. From 1 to 9, you're going to get all you need to know about the Night of the Owls. Let alone, Batman is a great series. You should go check that out. I'll do a review of that later, but for now, this is Talon. So, writing is awesome. Scott Snyder really can't go wrong. So now let's check on some of that art. Artist James Tynion IV does a great dark and detailed Talon. Every part of the body is so well detailed, and also reading from panel to panel is very clear. I mean, check out the wrinkles on Calvin's face. It's got that comic look, but it still looks very realistic. Not to mention Talon's suit. It looks just very light and armory while resembling an owl, so you still get that assassin quiet look while looking bulky. Bottom line, Talon is among my favorite new comic out right now. It's got detective stuff, it's got action, it's got mystery, it's got awesomeness. So you gotta go check this comic out. So, the moment you've all been waiting for, my rating. For Talon, a new comic spin-off off of the series Batman, I give it a 9. This comic is one of my most waited for comics whenever my pull list comes out. It's just so exciting. I'm always at the edge of my seat when reading this. Palms sweaty. I get a little nervous that my sweat's gonna ruin the comic or something. But man, I just love this comic. I tell all my friends, even those who aren't comic readers, to go check it out. I mean, you can spend your $2.99 on something you don't know about because, gosh, this is just a great comic to dive into. Well, folks, that's it for this episode of Comm-Link. I'm your host, 208, and thanks for watching. Also, I'd like to make a shout out to 2 comic nerds. You guys are awesome. They gave me my start. They gave me tips on how to become a better YouTuber. You guys are just amazing. So please be sure you subscribe to me. Also, be sure you check out 2 Comic Nerds' channel and also subscribe to them. Always remember, folks, history prefers legends to men. Until next time.